Okay, so great morning, great afternoon, great evening, great night, depending on what time in the world you are watching this. This is the L300 Impact Stories, and this is where we get to share the impact that the L300 program has had on the participants who have gone through the program, either in their final year or they've graduated, and they come back to share their experiences for people who are currently in the program or about to get into the program, right? So this is what we get to do here on the L300 Impact Stories. We bring people who went through the program to share how it is for them while they were on the program. The brutal, honest truth without mixing it with anything. Say the way it is, raw, brutal honesty, so that people can also learn from their story. And today, I have an amazing guest who has just graduated, done her convocation, a first class graduate. She's going to be sharing with us her own L300 impact stories. Great afternoon, Sonia. How you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good to have you join us today. So, tell us about yourself. Tell us about Sonia. Who's Sonia? Let us know about Sonia.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sonia is a very determined girl, I must say. Sonia is a child of God because one thing about Sonia is that she puts God first. And Sonia doesn't like when people are idle. So she always believes that, oh, there is more you can do. You don't have to sit down and be like, oh, things are not working. So I always believe that there's more you can do. There's always something that you can do. So yeah, Sonia is amazing. Sonia is always willing to, to help. Sonia just wants to grow. Like I feel like I'm proud of Sonia and I'm Sonia.
And Sonia is a first class graduate from the Department of
Computer science with a CGPA of
Computer Science.
4.93.
Hey,
Clock
clock it. Okay, now, 4 years ago, Sonia stepped her feet into campus, Bethesda University, precisely the Legacy campus. You resumed Legacy campus, right? You never came to Heritage
Yes,
campus.
yes. No,
So
no,
how was
no.
it
I
like for
resumed
you
that.
leaving your hometown, leaving your parents, leaving what you have always known, and coming into Bethesda University? Was BIU actually your first choice? So tell us about that experience, your first
Okay,
time in
okay,
BIU as a 100 level student, and if BIU was also your first choice.
okay. To be very honest, VIU was my first choice, and I'm
Oh,
happy that I got
wow.
here. Yes, but although I felt like I was not going to come to VIU because as at that time, my dad was saying, "Oh, private schools doesn't want to get involved." So I actually wanted VIU, and I prayed for VIU. Yes, and I got into VIU. Yeah, so that's a testimony that I'm grateful for. So my first day, okay, to be very honest, I was so scared. I didn't even know what to expect because I didn't go to a boarding school. So it was my first time. It was my first time, leaving the comfort of my house, my mom, my dad, my brothers, my sister. So I didn't really know what to expect. So I could remember the very first day. That was, I think, November 14th. That was
Hmm.
when I resumed. Yeah, so I wore a yellow shirt, that's by the way. And then when I came down from the vehicle, it was just a silent conversation between me and God. I just
Hmm.
know I said this stuff that God, please just start this journey with me and end it with me. And I would say I didn't really say it with so much. I just said it, yeah. So, but along the line, I realized that that prayer went a long way. So, get my first day, you know, I was happy, but I was also scared. I didn't know anybody. Like nobody from my secondary school was coming to BIU. So I was like, so nobody wants to come here. So it was just me. So but I think when I stepped into my hostel, I met some amazing people that were saying, "Oh, welcome, welcome," and some people even helped me to carry my stuff. And I was like, okay, wow. So it was really amazing. But when I got to my room, I was like, okay, the energy was kind of cold. I'm not going to lie. I feel like maybe it's guest stuff. So I greeted, and then everybody was just like, "Ah," nobody answered me. But what kept me was like, okay, before I entered this room, I saw this young lady outside that greeted me. Do you know that showed okay, I'm welcome. I'm like, okay, that's enough for me. With time, these people, they will lighten up, and then yeah. So my first day, it was really. I don't think I would say it was bad. Yes, it wasn't bad because of the people I met and because of that conversation I had with God. So I just had this space. And yes, VIE was my first choice. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. We are glad you had that experience and you saw that people welcomed you, they were warm towards you, they even helped you carrying your bag into the hostel and all of that. Beautiful experience. They gave you a good welcome. Now, let's talk about the L300 program. How was it for you as a student when you got to? Did you get to do the video in 100 level to say this is what I'm going to graduate with and all of those things? Did you do that in 100 level?
Yes, I did the video.
Wow. And what did you say you were
Yeah.
going to graduate with? Clock
Okay, I said
it!
I was actually going
Clock
to
it!
graduate with a first class, and I did that. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Literally, it looks like that's part of registration for the Health 100 program in 100 level. Just as a way it helps you to forecast your future. Some people may
yes.
do it as a joke or just trying to do
Yeah.
something. Other people took it seriously and they worked towards it. And today they have a video of that and the video of them graduating. I saw one of the posts that Miss Oma did recently and it's blowing up on her Instagram. She did a post of she
Yes.
played the
Yeah.
video part of when she said, "Oh, I want to finish the first class," and then she did the transition. Ta-da! Literally, the program just helps you to project and look into your future and then do the steps that will get you into that future. So, would you say that the L300 community, the L300 program, had any impact on you while you were here for the first 3 years? Because it was from freshman year to penultimate year. What was the impact that the program had on you as Sonia?
Okay. I think one of the impacts the program had on me was that I should never be idle. So when we go on holiday, they always give us holiday tax. And to be very honest, the first time I was like, it is holiday now. The one I've been doing since is enough. But I said, okay, it's actually true when I actually sat down and I'm like, okay, holiday tax, they're actually for my good. So I know that one thing that that impacted me was that I should never be idle. And it's when I'm idle, when I don't have anything doing, I'm not comfortable. And I know it's just because of that L300, because during the holidays, they gave us movies to watch, books to read, we should learn, we should volunteer. So like I'm always busy. And I really love the fact that okay, I'm always busy. So if I'm not busy, and I'm just I feel like no, no, no. There's something I need to do. Like there's something I need to do. So it's one thing that I feel like okay, it's a positive attitude or a positive lesson that I've learned that I should never be idle. That there is more that I can do. That there is more waiting for me to learn, more things for me to practice, more things for me to implement. That I should just keep on growing. Yeah. So I feel that's one of the impacts LSC program had on me from my 100 level to my 300 level, even to now. Because right now I'm just like, okay, I have to learn. I have to do this. I don't want to stay idle because, like you said, preparation opportunity doesn't come but once. So it is plentiful. So I have to prepare so that when I see this one today, see this one tomorrow, I can grab them. Yeah. So that's one impact the L300 program has had on me.
Awesome. Now, what are some of the skills you would say you picked up while on the program? You are told to learn offline skill, online skill during every holiday task, and you did like three different holiday tasks. What were some of the skills you would say you picked up along the journey for yourself that you are still using today?
Okay, I think one would be financial literacy because
Yes, I see
yeah,
you, DigiSTEM. I see you, Clock Kids. I see you.
so yeah, because in my 100 level, I feel like I spent lots. I was always buying this, always buying that. You get. So there was one of the data tasks, I think it was Jobberman, and it was on financial literacy. And I went through it, and I realized that yes, I need to start saving. I need to spend less. I need to just plan with money. If not, money will plan me. Yes, because yeah. So that's one of the skills I learned. And I think in my 100 level during the holiday tax, I volunteered at a an organization synergy, and I learned web development front end. And honestly, yeah, I wasn't really enjoying it, not going to lie, but one thing about me is that I've started it and I must do it well because I believe in excellence. So I saw the result in my final year when I was writing my project. So I think it was, if not for LSC, if not for L300 rather, I would not have even volunteered at that organization. So that was one of the skills that have helped me front development. And then I think my 300 level, when I was in my IT, when I'm done, I actually started having affiliates like digital marketing in mind. But officially, I learned it during the first during Christmas holiday. So there was not even an holiday tax. But I knew that okay, it's still an holiday. So even if they don't give me tax, I need to just find something to do. And I picked it up. So and it has been amazing. Like the growth I've seen from it, aside from the money I'm making, the growth I've seen from it to just be visible, to to be out there, to just post it. I was really scared that first time about okay, should I share my content? Because I just designed a flyer for the first time and it came out nice. So that's like I just feel, Sonia, like she's just that good. Yeah, so the flyer came out nice and I just posted it and I just I was scared that okay, will people actually, click the link and get to hear from me. And I generated over 200 leads and it's what I did not pay for it. So it was just all, organic ads and it was really, really, really amazing. So those are one of the skills that I've actually picked up from L300 and LSA that shaped me. Self-development is there, financially it is there, mental, it is there, time management it is there. So I'm actually grateful for the L300 program. Yeah,
Awesome,
thank you.
awesome. Now, on the program, what places, people, or things made the most impression on you on the program? What were the places, the people, or the things that made the most impression on you as a person on the program?
Okay, there was this lady. I think her name rather is Ede Zion. So yeah.
Yes.
So I think it was the RSD of 200 level when I was in 200 level. And there was just something I always used to talk about L300 at that time. And one thing about her was just the way she carried herself with so much grace. And I'm like, oh, who is this girl? So and she was actually very friendly. And even if she doesn't know it today, she had great impact on me on how to dress because you need to see this girl on campus. Her fashion sense was on fire. So yeah, that was one thing. And another person that's actually helped me and changed my mind is actually you, Dr. Alex, because I feel like you're a man. I don't feel like I know that you're a man that's full of wisdom. So you're always giving. And I just, I feel like everybody should always listen because there's always one or two things that you can pick. Even if you do a 1 hour session, and then you attend maybe the first 10 minutes, I can bet you that you are not going to leave there empty handed. So every minute, every time you spend, talking about training sessions, everything, every little time you spend was really amazing. Or when you come to our chapel to talk, just listen. Even if you don't want to listen for long, I always tell people, just give this man 5 minutes and then you decide if you want to continue or you want to stop. And the truth is that you always, I don't know how to describe it, but even amazing would be an understatement. There are a lot of people. I would even say Pastor Joy Shima. Yes. So that was and even Pastor West said for my spiritual life because even before coming to BIE, I would not I don't think I was just just there. I know God existed, but like there was no relationship with him. And these people, they have just helped me grow spiritually, academically and every other way. So those people that I met in my L300, they actually helped me, they actually shaped me. Yeah, so I'm grateful for each and every one of them. Thank you.
Awesome. Now, you had a desire to finish with the first class like you did in your video in 100 level, and you did it. You finished with the first class on computer science. Now, were there challenges you had while you were a student? Were there challenges you faced as a student on campus that was very difficult for you to pull through? Were there challenges you had to overcome as a student?
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm just going to share. There are a lot, but I'm just going to share this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
share the ones you
So
think that will benefit other people watching this. So please share.
yes. Okay. So in my 100 level, I'm not going to lie.
They
Me
broke
being
your
a
heart.
computer no, not at all. Okay, so um I think NACOS they did a meeting. Yes. That was my department and yeah, they did a meeting. I'm like, okay, I went and funny enough, I was really good that came for that meeting, yes. And
Wow.
they were like, yes. So and they were, they spoke about different kind of skills, UI, UX, anyone you want to learn. And I was like, to be very honest, I didn't even know what we were talking about. I was so lost because me studying computer science was like something that I never thought was going to happen because me and computers were not friends. Like, yeah. So me being there, we were talking. I said, okay, this guy asked me, and mind you, this guy was a fine guy.
He did enter your
It was
eye.
like it was in his final year, and it was like, okay, yeah, which one do you want to learn? I said, UI UX. I don't know what it was as at that time, but I just he said he was good at it, and I'm like, okay, this fine boy is good at it. Let me learn. So I did, and then he gave me his flash drive. Okay, I should set the course from it. Ah, ladies and gentlemen, I did not know how to use a flash drive. So this guy gave me, I was just looking at the flash drive for like up to 10 minutes. He came and was like, "Are you not done? You get." Guy, I was so ashamed. I'm not even going to lie. I was literally ashamed of myself. And you know that he's a fine guy. I don't want to put my hand in front of this fine guy. But I just had to open up. I'm like, okay, I didn't know how to use a flash drive. And then he laughed. To be very honest, that moment when he laughed, I just felt like, okay, this grant just opened and swallowed me. But like, he told me, and when he told me that it was just to copy and paste, like I could never forget that day in my whole life. That one
Hmm.
thing that just to copy and paste. So it was this easy. So although people was like, okay, just don't know it, but it was actually a challenge to me. It was this easy, I didn't know. So after that day, I just had to like so I told myself that it's not like this thing is hard. You just don't know it. But if you just decide to learn, you're going to actually know it. And then when I went to my hostel, I actually asked one of my friends, one of my cousins. Funny enough, she didn't know how to use it too. And I was like, so
So you realize that you're not alone. At least
yeah,
I
I'm like,
better pass my neighbor.
so like I knew that okay, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. And then I had to just start learning how to use Microsoft Word on my own. So even at times when I'll go to class and I might not understand some things, or maybe trying to balance my academics with being a student leader. At some point, it was a lot. So I went through those challenges. But one thing I knew was that I knew that you know God has strengthened me already for this course. So first of all, I was just like, my life is built on Christ. So yeah, knowing who I was in Christ, I knew that no matter what challenges I face, I'm actually going to stand strong and come out victorious. So yeah, so that's one of the challenges that I faced. And even in the midst of these challenges, I started teaching. Yes, I started teaching my classmates. And one thing about me is that I don't know if it's a bad habit yeah, or if it's a good thing. So if you as my classmate, you come to me and be like, "Oh, do you understand this course?" Funny how I don't understand this course, but I'll be like, "Yes," because I know one thing that worked for me was that if somebody tells me to come and teach them this stuff, yeah, just
Yeah.
because of that experience I had in 100 level, I don't want to come my hand. It's actually them telling me, okay, go and read, go and research about this before I come and meet you. So if they don't tell me, I won't actually, research about it. So most times I took that challenge or that opportunity. I don't want to that's okay. No, I'll say yes. Then even if I try and I'm not able to understand it, when you come, we figure it out together. So yeah, so no matter the challenges that came my way, one thing that shaped me was knowing that God is with me. Yes. So
Hmm.
challenges may come. The road is not actually going to be easy. The journey, whatever course you are studying, no course is actually going to be very, you just it might be smooth for you, good for you. For some others, you might actually have challenges, but whatever that challenge, just know that God is with you. Even if they break your heart, know that God is with you. You'll be fine.
Even if you chop breakfast, God is still with you. He got you. He will mend the broken heart.
Exactly.
Yeah, but sincerely, right? Sometimes when I interview people who finish with first class, 2-1, and all of that. I like everybody to understand this that regardless of your class of degree, there are certain challenges you may have had to overcome to even attain that class of degree. It's not easy, right? And people need to also be able to share their struggles so that people can learn from it. Because sometimes when we look at some people, we just feel you're having a perfect life, there are no issues with you, no challenges, no difficulties. But until you hear their story, you're like, even you. So that's it. So that's why we always ask people when they come on this impact story to share their challenges. Nobody would have believed you, a computer scientist, first class. At one point, did not know how to use flash drive. That's just a weird story. And then, not that you didn't alone not know how to use flash drive, your roommate too did not know how to use flash drive. But thank God that they don't use flash drive anymore, so it's okay. If you say don't know, it's fine. But at that time, flash drive was still a thing. 4 years ago,
Yes.
flash drive was still a thing. People still use flash drive, but nowadays they just airdrop. They use Google Drive. Nobody actually use flash drive again. But to not know how to use it at that time was a crime. And thank God you were saved from that your crime. Okay. Next question I like to ask is oh, I missed this with the other person. A quotable quote. I missed that, but I'm going to ask you that question. I'm not going to miss it with you. Um, the next question is, yep, what memorable quotes can you remember all through the program? What memorable quotes stood out for you that you can remember that you could say, oh yeah, this one really stood out for me all through the program? What memorable quotes can you remember at any point in the program? What memorable quotes stood out for you?
Okay. I think this is the quote I want to share. It was not from the program, but it was actually from the program. It was from your Let's Talk podcast every Sunday. And
Oh
I
wow,
think that,
thank you.
yeah. So I think that quote is actually going to stay with me for a long time. And we are teaching on visibility, yeah. And then you said even Apple, one of the biggest brand in the world, still has to stay consistent. And that day, I called my younger brother. I'm like, when I say Apple, what comes to your mind?
It's the
Actually, he said,
phone. Funny enough, it's the phone, not the fruits.
yes. I was like, oh yeah, the phone. Like I'm like, wow. And there's a fruit. So meaning Apple, they have been able to stay consistent till now. So and I know that I have to be visible. And it was just like when I listened to that, something in me just, I was like, yeah, maybe I just got an answer for something that, my heart has been searching for. And immediately, yeah, I started acting on it. And I've been seeing results. I think I listened to that just on Sunday. And today is just, what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Today's Wednesday.
yeah. And within that 3 days, I've been seeing results. Yeah. I just started to show up, post what I know. So I opened X, I started posting, and then people reached out to me, and I'm like, wow. So if I just decide to like, okay, it's just stay, nobody's actually going to see me. Even if I quote that, yes, I'm the light, a citizen that cannot be hidden. Light needs to be seen. So I need to go out
Exactly.
there, yes, and be seen. So that was one quote. And I feel like, as undergraduate, as graduate, anybody that's going to be watching this video, always remember that you are light and you need to be seen. So whatever skill you have, even if it's just little, I believe that as you are learning, you can actually be implementing. Like because learning never stops. So the little that you know, you can always just start posting. I think in 100 level they say okay, we should open LinkedIn accounts. I feel like
LinkedIn
that's one of my
account, yes.
yes, that's not my biggest regret. I did, but I never showed up on that account. It is now. But now that you're in school, start showing yes. So if you start showing up, you start being visible. I think that Mark John is a final year student now. I see him on
Yes.
it. Yeah, and I'm proud of him. So that can be used to you get start being visible now. You don't know. You don't know. Opportunities are plentiful, like Alex we always say. So start being visible now. You don't know what you're going to meet today or tomorrow, what opportunities might come your way. But you have to be present because even if you are very good and I don't know you, and I know this person that just maybe half as good as you because he's posting his content, I'm actually going to go for that person because I don't know you, I'm not seeing your work. So whatever you are doing, even if you're a makeup artist, anything that you are doing related to school, unrelated to school, just you know, be visible. You need that, be visible. Yeah. So that's one code that stood out for me.
Awesome. Now, on the L300 program, there is the Oga Pata of them all. There's stream session, there's movie nights, there is games nights, but there's the Oga Pata of them all, which is holiday task.
Yeah.
How was holiday task for you? Watch a movie, read book, learn online skill, learn offline skill, and voluntary service. How was holiday task for you?
Okay, holiday task. My 100 holiday tax was actually one of my best. I think
Wow.
like
Tell us
yeah,
about it.
okay. So I was like I needed to volunteer at a place, like I said. So I volunteered at Synergy when I learned web development, but I also had the opportunity to, you know, work with kids. I started teaching them a program called Scratch Programming, and it actually helped me. My relationship with my relationship with kids is now better. So that's one of the benefits I gained from my holiday tax. So my offline skill, I think I told somebody about it. Be it as it may, driving is a skill. So I started to use that opportunity. I'm like, okay, yeah, driving is there. You get, so I learned how to drive. So that's by the way. So holiday tax is actually for your own self development. I even started learning how to cook because you buy food. Yes, you buy food. And then me, I started learning how to cook and I've seen improvement. So when I give you holiday tax, it's not even just about, academic alone. It is fine. You can learn a skill. But there are also other skills that are not talked about, like cooking, like driving, that is still very essential. So holiday tax it gives you that idea that I don't need to be idle. What do I need to do? Even if you don't have anything to do, you're not going to work that day. Okay, okay, my mom is in the kitchen. Let me just go and see. Or this person, let me just go and see and learn. So that's one thing, yes. And I'm actually trying to remember something, but I can't now that I wanted to share about this holiday tax. And I don't know, maybe if I remember one day I'll come back and share it as if it's possible.
No problem. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's okay because we just want to get how it was for you, how you were able to pull through the books, the movies.
Yeah,
Would
yeah,
you
yeah,
say there
yeah.
was any movie that stood out for you and all the movies that you got to watch?
Okay, I think to be very honest, yeah. The only book that I actually read has to be Atomic Habits. Yes.
Everybody read
Then
Atomic Habits.
so
Go
I think
ahead,
that
tell
was
us about it.
yeah. So honestly, yeah, when I read that book, it helped me. It helped me. I knew that. I think I read a part that said that if they come to an hotel, yeah, it wasn't from that book. I don't want to miss it, yeah. But they always dress that bed like the way they meant it. And I'm like, okay, this person's life is organized. It's most times it's not like you don't know it or you're not good at it. You just it's small habits that build up to the big picture that you are seeing. So start small is one thing I gained from the book. Start small. Maybe you are trying to. It could be for a weight loss journey. Yeah, that example just came to my mind. I mean, your environment, keeping maybe sweets, biscuit close to you will not help you. So those little habits of saying, okay, remove them, or keeping posters and be like, okay, I have to drink water by this time or something. So when I read that book, I knew that small things will later build up to the bigger picture. Small habits will later, build up to what I'm looking for. So that's one thing that I learned from that Atomic book. So there was one that I started reading, which is apology. I can't really remember. Was it apology languages? I can't really
Yes,
remember the name.
Apology Language by Gary Chapman. Five
Yeah,
Apology Language.
yeah, so I didn't really finish it, but I knew I started it, and I began to understand. I understood people differently. I knew that the way this person views apology is different from mine, and you will need it in life because you're going to work with different people. Even when you resume, you're going to have roommates. Yeah, so you need it, and you might offend them, and you might understand this person. And I feel like in my 100 level, I did not understand my roommates, and they did not understand me. Yes, but
Hmm.
one thing I could tell was that from my 200 level to my final year, I had an amazing relationship with my roommate, and that's because I understood this person. I knew that okay, how this person sees apology as, and it is needed in every area of your life because you're going to be meeting people. I know when I go for NYSC, I'm going to meet people, and I know that okay, that book will actually have a huge impact in my life, even with my relationship with my parents, my siblings, and everything. I know that okay, this is how this person is. So if I offend this person, some people they just don't want to hear I'm sorry. If you offend them and you tell them I'm sorry, it's like you're doing more damage to them. They want to see change. Yes. So you cannot just come and tell them, okay, I'm sorry, and then tomorrow you do that same thing. Do you get? That's not how it works. So when I read that book, I knew that okay, yes, sorry, it's deeper than sorry. Yes. So that's one thing I've learned. And to be very honest, if they tell you to read all this book, read it. Don't be like me. Read every single one of them. Please do. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love the way you are being sincere and honest with your story, letting everybody know that yeah, you did make some mistakes on your journey, but you're able to correct yourself and know the things that you needed to do again. Now, okay, you mentioned the memorable quote already. Yes. We talked about the challenge. About to wrap this up now. What three pieces of advice would you give to young persons who are coming in as freshmen or who are still on the program or the L300 program? What three pieces of advice would you want to share with them? Now that you are a graduate, you are done and dusted, but what advice do you want to leave with them that are coming into the program or are still in the program? What's your three pieces of advice to them?
Okay, I think the first one is give it your all. Don't hold back, because the more you invest in this community, the more it will give back to you. So I've seen life transformed because of L300 program. So I have a friend, and I feel like I like giving stories so that you understand it more or better. So I have this friend. She's a final year nursing student now, and then I knew her in 100 level. Her name is Ifoma, by the way. So I knew her in 100 level. She was very, very shy. Like, you won't see Ifoma and camera or Ifoma and mic. You get, but I love the way I started seeing
Is
the
it
girl
the
in
same
school
Ifeoma I
face.
know, Ifeoma Amobi?
Yes. So yeah, she
Wow.
was like, yeah, she's my very good friend, and she's still my friend. Yeah. So in 100 level, Ifoma was very, very shy. Like, if you're doing a video and you want her to show, she will bend her head. Like, because she's actually
Ifeoma
very
is
shy.
a editor now. She hosts
Yes,
program and all of those things. So hey,
exactly. And I could tell that, okay, L300 has even helped her. So when they say give it your all, give it your all, don't hold back. Ifoma is the living testament that, okay, giving it your all is actually for your own best. It's not for my best. It's not for the Alex's best. It's for your own best interest. Yes. So that's my first advice. My second advice is don't listen to the naysayers, negative comment that you're going to have. Oh, LSC L300 is a stress. Don't do it. I beg. Do you get? Some of you have money. Amen. But like, life is I don't want to say but the truth is that money is not everything. But I want money. Yes, I love money. Well, money is not everything. Maybe sometimes you should relax, listen, and because L300 has programs that will help you in every area of your life when it comes to relationship, finance, and everything. So don't listen to and I feel like you should surround yourself with friends that will actually help you, because the truth is, if you stay around people that sees L300 as a punishment or LS as a punishment, it will affect you. And you're going to miss out on all the good things this program has in stock for you. So please don't listen to negativity. Just focus on the positive side. So what's my last advice I'm going to give to you? Okay. It has to be God. Yes, it has to be God. So yeah, I feel like if I always use this example, if God knows tomorrow, that's God knows my tomorrow. I rather trust Him than I trust people, but than to trust you that just know you don't even know how the next minute is going to be. But God knows your tomorrow. I know He has good plans for you. So if there's anything, have a positive relationship with Christ, because deeper than academic, you are going to need it. You are going to need it because God is your Father. God is there for you. God is your friend, and you need to have a relationship with Christ. So when they are doing devotion in the hostel, please attend. When they are SEL, they are CFI, please attend. Don't attend because is for attendance. No, just go and attend. Just listen to the word and just be blessed. Truly, you won't believe how your lives will be transformed. So yeah, so if you look at all the people that maybe you admire in school, they actually served, and that is service. So even as you are building a relationship with God, work on service. Serve. If you want to volunteer for L300, I would advise you to. I did not do it, but if you want to do it, definitely, why not go? Volunteer. One thing about L300, they always tell you to volunteer during your day tax, volunteer at an organization, this and that. So it's all about service. So serve, give it your all. Don't listen to negativity. Thank you.
awesome, awesome. That is amazing. Finally, we always ask people this question: what do you think your stay would have been like in BIU if there was no L300 program?
Okay. Um, it would have still been good, but I would have seen my experience that is the best, but not best. That's to say because BIU is a very good school. Yes. And L300 is part of BIU. So even without BIU, even without L300 rather, BIU is still good. But with L300, it makes your life better because L300 sees your struggle as a student. Do you get? And it's a community that you should be actively involved in. So I'm grateful for that community. I'm grateful for the people I met, the people that shaped me without them even knowing. So you might be going through something, and then just listening to Dr. Alex or one person, and then you just hear something that resonates with you, and then you will find your answer. So I would say it would have still be good, but with L300/LSA, it would be the best. Yes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. We have this quote in L300 that says, I love BIU because it is where I met
Yeah,
you.
I
Do
met
you
you.
think that is
Yeah.
really true?
Ah, to be very honest, yes, yes. I met a lot of amazing people because deeper than school, deeper than these results, one thing I hold dearly to my heart is my relationship with people. Yes. So if you're listening to this, my interview process now, I've mentioned a lot of people, and it's why because I met them in BIU. So I love BIU because I actually met these people from Ifoma to my friends I made in school to Iwingosa to Shola. Those people, they're really amazing. I needed them in every step of the way. To student leadership community, do you get? So it was actually, I feel that statement is real. I love BIU because it is where I met you. Most of your friends today, you met them in school, and then you can tell that they have been there for you, spiritually, financially. If I need a friend to pray for me, the person I'm actually going to call is my friend I met in BIU. Do you get? If I need, assistance financially, I might still call a friend I met in BIU. So I actually love BIU because it is where I met you. And you get, and so Alex is amazing. I mean, if not for BIU, we have to see Dr. Alex. But yeah, that's really true.
Thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. I love your energy. I love the way you were passionate about what you were saying. And I love how you were very real about your story, especially the fact that you didn't know how to use flash drive 4 years ago.
Thank you.
But it's okay. That's how much we keep it real here. We don't try to sugarcoat anything. We keep it real so that people can learn from the experience. Sonia, I want to say a very big thank you. Congratulations again. You convocated with the first class. You are going to the top, right? Because I know you have big dreams, you have big ambitions, and we can't wait to cheer you on when you arrive at that destination that you want to get to. And we'll always get to call on you to come back from time to time to inspire the next house so that they can also learn. Because something I always believe that peer inspiration works best. If I'm saying it,
Yeah.
they may say, "Oh, you have lived your own. That's why you don't want us to enjoy." But when they're hearing from someone, their age mates, their age range, telling them that, "See, I was like you a few years ago, and I put my head together. Look at me now. Don't make mistakes. Don't have gutter behavior. Behave well. Come correct, and you be proud of yourself at the end of the day." Sonia,
True.
thank you so much for joining us today. We are super glad to have you, and we can't wait to see you at the top. And like we always say, I love BIU because it is
It
where
is
I
where I met you.
met. Thank you, Sonia. Enjoy the rest
Thank
of
you,
your
sir.
day.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
All right, sir.